What's up, guys? So as requested, we're going to be going a little bit more into detail on all of the customizations that have been added to the One UI 7 beta here, and I'm sure as they keep going that they're going to add a little more stuff. So this is One UI 6.1.1, and I'm going to show you guys the lock screen customizations and everything that's kind of new. Alright, so the first thing that actually is going to pop out is being able to move the clock a little bit more. So you guys see how, let me make that a little bigger. I'm able to move it a little bit more. I have just a little bit more freedom to kind of put it down a little bit more. So I can't completely come, all the way down right here, but you have just a little bit more space that you can do. So if you guys can see that, just a little bit more space. So that's something that is definitely new here. And then also, if you notice down here, let's take a look. Let me move this back. And back over there. So if you notice that you have suggestion now, gallery, frame, and effects. So it's organized a little bit differently. So suggestion will actually generate a lock screen for you. So it'll actually put the picture in a frame, and then let's say I don't like any of these, I hit suggest again, and it'll generate another one. So it's pretty cool that it'll go ahead and do that, and you can just keep doing that over and over again. So let's go ahead and hit apply on that, and it'll do that for you here. So also we got that gallery button right here, and then your frame button. Now there's two frames that aren't on the S23 here. So you can see it stops out that one. I click the star one, so we got that one. Click that one, so that one is new. But the rest of them, as you can see, are on here. So they might add some more as we continue to go. And then your colors, you'll see here an option that's not on the S23, which is erase background. So I can completely get rid of that background right here if I want to, which is pretty cool. So you have a few little options here, not anything too crazy. See if we got anything new in effects. Oh, we got quite a few more effects here, so we can go with colors and stuff like that. And on here, blurred background, grayscale, custom color background, again dark background. So we got their ink drawing. This is really cool. I actually really like this one. Now also, I forgot to mention that you can change the trim of the thing to thin or bold. But what I thought was actually really interesting here was to be able to show the date above the clock. So you can see this option is right here. You don't have that option in One UI 6 to be able to change that. When we press the add widget button here, you can see we have battery, calendar, reminder, weather. Now when we add widget here, you can see we have a lot more options here. So you can see camera is now here. We don't have camera here. We don't have clock. Device care is now here. Digital well-being is now here. Gallery, interpreter, modes, routines, reminders, secure Wi-Fi, voice recorder, and your weather's here as well. Did anything change here? Yeah, so we have a lot more options here, by default, that we can put on the lock screen here. Let's go ahead and just put we'll put our device care right here. Device care widget. Let's put our camera widget right here. So that's pretty cool that we have these little extra features now that we can access from right here. So what is that gonna do? Okay, it brings me into the widget, so I can just go ahead and access that if I want to do it quickly. So I guess if I wanted to get into like a certain camera mode, then I would be able to use it like that. Alright, so let's look at our home screen a little bit more in depth here. So you can see we got our search bar right here that is not here in One UI 6. And then also, if you hit that little search bar, you hit the sort button, custom order, you'll see it'll bring me back to the pages. I personally like the pages. It's just, at this point, I'm used to it. But if you really don't like the pages and you got like a lot of apps, you hit that alphabetical button, and now we are, got our little wheel which we can find our apps by, name in alphabetical order, which is really, really nice. So it just depends on how many apps I think you have, or, whether you like to scroll like this or like this. But it's really nice that they gave us that option here. Also, if we go ahead and go into our settings here, here's a few things that you will notice here. So you can make the icons a lot bigger. So you can see this app in widget style. The app in widget style is not here in One UI 6, so you can see that. And then we can make our icons bigger. So I was really happy with that. So I like the really big icons, so I just put them like that. That's why you can see the icons are just a little bit bigger on here. I really like the way that looks. So we got that. That's new on here. Let's go back to our settings, see if we can spot anything else. Now, one thing you'll notice that has changed when we hit these grid buttons here, you can see our options have diminished. So you can see instead of it giving us these options, we only get these two options right here. And it's the same thing for the grid right here. So it gives us the 5 column, we do 5 by 5, 5 by 6. So it's just now a 4 column and 5 column. So we do have, and I better mention this before we go to the widgets. So we can make our folders bigger. The reason why we can make the folders bigger is just to match the design or the aesthetic of your home screen layout. So you can enlarge that, and if you want it, to take up more space. So that's the idea. So if you hold that down, you can see we can enlarge it, and that's a pretty cool thing because it'll match the overall look that you're trying to do if you're trying to fill in space, right? So the widgets on here, let's talk about that. So the next thing here is the actual widgets, guys. So the widgets has a little bit more flexibility here with the overall design, which I think is big because, it'll help with the overall layout that you're going for. So instead of smart suggestions looking like this with this one layout, we have a more minimal smart suggestions, or we have like 4 apps, or we can do the regular one. So this is something that is going to be great for people who really like to customize their phones. So you can see Samsung has added a lot more shapes to the widgets here, which I think is pretty cool here. Look at the calendar ones as well. So you guys can see that. Very, very nice, giving you this flexibility here. So it's a lot with this calendar one. You guys can see camera, see, got different shapes. So this is throughout the phone here. Let's see. Yeah, Chrome still has like the same one. So the stock applications, are gonna have the change here. So I think that's pretty cool here. Did I miss the clock one here? Or is it not on here? Yeah, I don't see the clock. And here's your clock widgets. Contacts, device care. I know device care on here. So you can see that's what that looks like. There's our device care. So you just have a lot more, options with the photos one. So you got 2 more options here. Pretty cool. Actually, I really like it. Yeah, so basically the stock, applications are going to give you a little bit more leverage. Where's the weather one? Okay, so yeah, you see they're just the same, not the same shape, but you see you get like a more of a circular one now, slightly different, a really small one, which is something, this is something that I would really use, like the really small ones. Getting a lot of questions about the icons as well, so I went ahead and put both the same wallpapers on here. So when we come down to our dark mode, right, click dark mode on both here, you can see the icons do not look the same anymore in dark mode. The icons are darker on the One UI 6.1 update here, and I noticed that that pretty much is throughout all of the colors there. So this could be something that is maybe the way it is how they want it to be, or it could be like something they might fix. But it it really depends, right? So we're gonna turn that back on, dark mode. And then if we go back into wallpapers, you can see we got the same stuff set up here. But even if we click on like a darker one, right? And apply color palette to icons, we got everything like that. So you guys can see it's darker on the S23 here. So it's lighter here, and then come out of dark mode. Now when you come out of dark mode, they look the same. So the dark mode on the icons are kind of different. Well, not kind of different, they're different, right? This is a completely different shade. So what do you guys think? And also, the icons, we talked about that in the video earlier today. You can see the icons have changed for the most part, a lot of the stock icons. But yeah, so what do you guys think of the new icons here? Lastly, it's going to be the customization with the overall control center here. So if you go ahead and click the customize button, you can see this has been completely revamped here. I can make this smaller, and then I can also move it wherever I want it. So if I wanted this to be all the way down here or vice versa. Now for right now, you can't make like, this is the same size, this is the same size. This is the only one that can be, smaller or bigger. As you can see on One UI 6.1 here, you can only, add your icons here. And then you can do top or full, quick settings access, brightness control. But you can't actually like move these around. Like you can't move these pages around. So I think that's pretty cool. Just giving you a little bit more customization overall with that. And you can kind of like pick, how you want it to look. So yeah, I think it's pretty solid for the most part here. This is just the beta 1, so I'm sure they're gonna add more things as we continue. But what do you guys think? Be sure to let me know, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.